besties, my name is Maddie and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be picking my May TBR via the jar prompts like always. So I am going to be choosing 5 from my TBR cart and then 5 I've already pre-selected that I want to get to this month. So let's jump right in to prompt number 1. So I put all new prompts and I have all new books on here, which I'm very excited for. So prompt number 1 is going to be from a new author. Okay, off the top row, I have Tell Me Lies and Kiss of the Basilisk. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Bottom row, I have Dream by the Shadows, Normal People, and The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer. I believe that's what this one's called. Not really vibing with these on the bottom, okay? Well, for this prompt at least, because you know I'm looking at this girl right here. So I was gonna put this one on my TBR last month, but I decided not to, and I just went out and purchased this one not too long ago. So I think we're going to be doing Kiss of the Basilisk by Lindsay Straub. Not a clue how to say that. Probably saying it wrong. So this got traditionally published, I believe, because it used to be called Split or Swallow. Didn't know that was the title. I always thought it was Spit or Swallow, and I was like, that's crazy. No, that was just me being, you know. So this follows our FMC Temperance, and her and a bunch of other women are being chosen for the prince, the king, something like that. So there they go and they meet someone to like become like a person that like men will want. I don't really know. Oh, there we go. Okay. She has to train with a basilisk to learn the power of seduction to get his hand in marriage. Okay, so that's what's going on. So it's pretty crazy, very smutty, I believe. That's what I've heard. I'm vibing with it. I think it's stunning. I love this cover. I went to Barnes and I was like, I gotta pick this baby out. And Sarah has read it and I think she really liked it. If you know what it's about going into it, you shouldn't be surprised with all the smut that's gonna be happening. I'm assuming. I'm very excited to see kind of her writing style and if it vibes with me. Okay, let's do prompt number 2. So we have shortest book. Okay, I already know what this one is. Where's she at? There she is. Midnight Mass by Sarah Simone. I believe that's this author. So I purchased this a while ago and I've read Sinner and I don't know, the first one, Priest, that's what it is. And this is the prequel to Priest. And I keep putting it off, so it's like if I put it on this TBR cart and it happens, it'll happen. And it happened. I believe this is supposed to be told before Priest. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I wasn't that much of a fan of Priest, but I loved Sinner, Saint. The second one. I can't remember which one it is. Fabulous. So I have no idea what this one's about. I just know it's the prequel. I don't know if it's Father Bell or who. And it's giving me nothing from the back. No names, nothing. Tyler, is that the first guy? If that's the first guy, I don't know, guys. The shortest book, teeny tiny. I better get to it. Let's see. This is like 175 pages. Easy peasy. Should be no problem to finish. Yeah, right. I'm not gonna finish it. I'm gonna finish it. I'm doing all these books, guys, I swear. I'm a liar. Okay. Let's do prompt number 3, because that one was not very informational at all, but I knew I had to mark it down. So prompt number 3 is book based on cover. Okay, so I have a few for this one. So Losers Part 1, because I have like a special editions cover, so it's stunning, love it. Say You'll Remember Me, I think it's such a cute cover. It's giving summer, and it's also my book club book, so I will have to read it in May anyways, so I might as well just pick it. But you know, I like to give a little bit more, but maybe we'll come back to it. Maybe those are my only 2. Wow. I mean, Two Twisted Crowns is cool, I guess. I feel like it just moved towards me, so it wants me to pick it. So, and this will be better because it's already a book I need to read, so I might as well pick this one as well. Isn't it so cute? Look at it. Look at, there's a dog on it. There's a dog. How cute. Again, not a clue what this book's about, but let's figure it out. Oh my lord, look at that. Look at that. Oh, how cute. Okay, so they met, they fought, then they fell hard. Okay, so this is following our 2 main characters, Xavier and Samantha? Okay, I believe this is going to be second chance. So it sounds like they go on a date together. Seems like it goes perfect until something goes on with Samantha's life and she's like, we can only have this one day, this one night, forget about me, and then I'm assuming they're meeting in the future or something along those lines. Say you'll remember me. Cute. I've heard really good things about this. I'm very excited that it's our book club book. I hope we all love it. I guess we'll see what everyone thinks. I haven't heard anything bad about it yet. And I love Abby Jimenez's writing. She is one of my favorites. I loved her, what's that other series? Part of Your World series, I think that's what it's called. I loved it. So I really hope I love this one as well. Let's do prompt number 4. So we have, a book you're scared to read. Okay, should I just go with horror already? So we have Just Like Home, sound terrifying. She basically has to come back to her house and her dad killed a bunch of people and like buried them in the backyard. Something along those lines. Taming 7, terrified because I've heard such mixed reviews about it and I love the Boys of Tommen series and I'm really, really afraid that I'm not gonna like it as much as I like the first 4. I'm a little spooked about that one. Same with Lingus by Mariana Zapata. I love her writing, but I believe that one's not as good either. So I've been putting it off. Also, 5 Brothers I've been putting off because I've heard mixed reviews about it too. All these other ones I think I'd vibe with, possibly. I don't think I'm gonna do Taming 7 because Taming 7 really scares me. Or should I do it because that's the whole purpose of this prompt. I mean, I don't really have any heavy books. I have one heavy book that I've picked for my own. The rest seem pretty easy and feel good. So maybe I can do Taming 7. This is the 5th book in her Boys of Tommen series. And I think this will give me a good reason because I think the 6th one comes out soon in May, June, something along those lines. So this follows Gypsy and Claire's story. I think they're like best friends or something like that. I really try to stay away from everything that pertains to this book because when it first came out there were a lot of spoilers like floating around Book Talk and things like that and I did not want to be spoiled. So I have not dived into like what this is about, what is really going on. So just based on the back, I just know it's about those two. And we kind of got opposites attract, I think. I don't know. I'm a little stressed, not gonna lie. But I hope it's good. I hope I love it. So I guess check back into the anime and see if I've read it and what I think about it. Okay, so my last TBR jar prompt pick of May is going to be a book that will be 5 stars. The Off Limits Rule by Sarah Adams, of course, because she is my queen. I love her. I have really high hopes for Indigo Ridge. Oh, I also have high hopes for Two Twisted Crowns because I'm almost positive I rated One Dark Window 5 stars. All In could also be 5 stars. The Chase, anything by Elle Kennedy, another Sarah Adams book. Elsie Silver could also be 5 stars. Okay. Well, let's really think about this now. Okay, so I think I am going to do A False Start by Elsie Silver. So I was debating between that and The Temporary Roomie by Sarah Adams because I think I love the like, not surprise pregnancy, but like, it's like a pregnancy trope book, which I kind of vibe with if they're done right, but it's not his baby. I'm almost positive. And they're gonna be like roommates. That sounds really good. But this one, Elsie Silver's a queen. Okay, I also love her so much. This follows Nadia and what's his name? Griffin? Yes, I believe. This is best friend's little sister, I believe. I think we have a huge age gap in here. Not huge, I think it's like 15 years, 10 years, something like that. There's a 14-year age gap between the two of them. He's basically obsessed with her. Her brother is the only family she has left, and as sad as it sounds, he's also Griffin's only friend. Oh, the tension's gonna be high in this. I hope I love it. Oh my goodness. I think it has such high hopes of being, oh. Can you see that? Can you see that? So I definitely think this book will be 5 stars. So those are the 5 that my TBR jar prompt picked for me to read. I'm very excited for them. We are crossing our fingers that I'm gonna get through all 5 of them. We shall see. You know, it cannot be that. I always tell myself it's not that hard just to read 5 books. Just read the 5 books and I can never do them. I can never do it. It's fine. So let's talk about the 5 books that I picked for myself. So the first I have on this list, I'm going to be buddy reading with Sarah because I initially started this book and then I got a little overwhelmed, shall we say, and I just couldn't read it by myself. So we are going to buddy read it and see if it gets a little bit easier for me. So this book is Forgive Me Father by Katrina St. Clair, and this basically follows our FMC Eden, and she's grown up real Catholic in the church, always been a part of it, always followed all the rules. And then at her church, a new pastor, priest, I don't know really what they're called or what the difference between those two examples I just gave, but his name is Roman, and he is like the new head guy, if you will, whatever that's called. Father, don't know, man. And they're kind of immediately drawn to one another, but we're like, oh, we can't act on that. That is crazy business. But the more time they spend together, the more lines are getting crossed. And I got to like 100-ish pages in, and there was a few scenes that I was like, I cannot stomach this right now. But I was also in the middle of reading 2 other church type books. A lot of Jesus going on, a lot of bad stuff going on as well, you know. And I just couldn't stomach everything at one time. So I had to take a pause on it. The pictures are crazy. There were some that I was sweating a little bit. But I love the forbidden aspect. They were still kind of fighting it, even 100 pages in. So I think there's gonna be a lot of tension between these 2 main characters. So I think I'm gonna love it, and I love that I'm gonna be reading it with Sarah because I feel like we're gonna be able to bounce kind of what's going on off of each other, and I'm not gonna feel so locked in by myself with no one to talk to about it. Now the next 4 books I have on this list all come out in May. They're all gonna be new releases. So I have Goalie by McKay Marie. I have no idea when these books come out, so you know, maybe I'll put them up on the screen so you can see them, so you know when they come out. So this is another forbidden kind of book because this is between a coach and an athlete. So this book follows our 2 main characters, Lennon and Luke. And Lennon is a goalie for her women's college hockey team, and they're trying to go to like the championships or something really important, you know, in the sports world. And Luke is going to be their new like assistant coach or head coach or something like that. And Lennon's very excited. She wants this or like retired NHL goalie to like really help her, show her the ropes, really hone her in to be the best that she can be. But when she meets him, he kind of sucks. He's lazy, he doesn't show up to practice, not really part of the team, if you will. But as the more time they spend together, he kind of like comes out of his shell, I'm guessing, or starts like wanting to interact with these girls a little bit more. And Luke and Lennon start spending a lot of time together. And obviously lines are going to get crossed. I hope there's a lot of buildup for this book. I hope there's tension. I hope they're fighting it for quite a long time. Nothing is better than when you're reading a forbidden book and they're fighting it almost constantly. I love a slow burn in a forbidden romance. So I'm hoping this one is just like that. Then I have Change of Heart by Bailey Hannah. So this is the 3rd book in her Wells Ranch series. They're all interconnected standalone, so you don't have to read them in order. And this one follows Blair and Denver. This is a second chance romance, I believe, because I think they were like together when they were younger, and now it's like 10 years later and she's coming back to this small town to help take care of her mom because she is sick. And there she runs into Denver again, and I think lines are gonna get crossed again. They're gonna start spending some time together. Old feelings are gonna come back, and you know, their relationship's gonna build off of that. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. The first book in this series was not my favorite. The second one I'm in the middle of right now, Seeing Red. It's a surprise pregnancy book. I'm eating it up. I'm like 150 pages in, eating it up. So I'm very excited for this one. Then I have Left of Forever by Tara Dewitt. So this is another second chance romance. So this follows our 2 main characters, Ren and Ellis, and they basically got together when they were kind of like kids, young, and everything seemed perfect. They were living their best life. They had a son very young named Sam, and things just were going great until they weren't, and now they're divorced. And it's sometime later, obviously 18 years probably, because Sam is going off to college and they are going to like help move him in together. And either on the way there or on the way back, they're gonna do kind of like a little road trip together. And as they're spending more time together, they're gonna see if feelings can kind of evolve from that. I believe it's gonna be kind of like their second coming, see if they're kind of really actually meant for each other. I got this one for an arc, so I'm very excited to see what I think of her writing style because I've never read a book by her before. So I must have like a lot of second chance romances because this one also is a second chance romance, and it's the one I am looking forward to the most. So I have Rewind It Back by Liz Tomford. I am gonna be inconsolable when I'm done with this series. I don't even want to think about finishing it, and I'm putting it on my TBR because I'm finishing it in May, because I know if I don't, I'm just gonna keep pushing it off and pushing it off because I don't want the Windy City series to be done. So this follows our 2 main characters, Rio and Haley, or Holly. Hallie? I don't know how to say her name, okay? Fake fan me, because I don't know how to say her name. But they were neighbors, I believe, when they were kids. They kind of fell for each other, and they kind of broke each other's heart when they were teenagers. And now she is moving to Chicago because she is an intern for this really big interior design company. She's going to move right next door to Rio, and the project she's working on is Rio's house. I mean, what more can you want? You know what I'm saying? So obviously they're going to be spending quite some time together being neighbors, and they're working on the same project together. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to be back in this world. I think Liz Tomford's writing is so much fun. It's so easy. It sucks you right in. And her characters are some of my favorite. I cannot wait to get the snippet little pieces of each one of them in this book. I'm gonna be so unwell when this book's done. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So those are the 10 books that I want to read in May. I'm crossing my fingers that this is the first TBR that I get to. I mean, this is very promising, so I'm hoping I get through all 10. We're gonna try our best. So let me know what you're reading in May. Let me know any new releases that I missed out on that are coming out in May that you think I would enjoy, that you're going to enjoy. And as always, thank you so much for watching today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Love yous!